I'm Jack Neuens. I'm from Lake Mills High School, and this is my prep profile.
Jack, three-sport athlete, baseball, football, and wrestling. You have a favorite of the three?
I really enjoy wrestling. It just really keeps me working hard, and I like focusing on yourself. If you lose, you can only blame yourself, and I feed off that in wrestling.
How are the three sports compatible for you in high school, and how are you able to do that and maintain your schoolwork?
I enjoy playing sports, so it keeps me busy. Football and wrestling are tied together in a way because wrestling, your positions in football, it just keeps you moving, and yeah.
Do you have an inspirational teammate, someone who's
An inspirational teammate to me would be Ryan Funk. He was my wrestling partner my junior year, and I was a 160-pounder my junior year, and he was a 215-pounder. And he really beat me up in practice, which is great for me in the wrestling room. Really pushed me to get better when it came to people my size, and he taught me to always keep a positive attitude when things were tough, and I learned a lot from him technique-wise. He was a great guy.
You got a pretty good rival just down the street here, Lakeside Lutheran. I don't think you can get it any closer than Lake Mills and Lakeside. What's that whole relationship like, and what's it like having, somebody in town, so close?
Yeah, it's Lakeside's a great team to play. It's always fun. It's just something to feed off. Every time you see Lakeside on the schedule, you get excited, and I feel like when Lakeside comes to town, you focus more during practice, and it's just a better atmosphere game-wise, and it's a fun rival to play.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of rivals, and sometimes the parents can get a little nasty, but it seems just to be a higher level of respect for the two programs.
Yep, it's a fun rivalry, and I feel like we both respect each other, and it's just all around good atmosphere to be around.
I think that kind of starts at the top with the adults, and then the students understand that what it's to make it what it should be.
Yep, it's a fun rival to play in.
Yeah. Do you have any friends over there, somebody that you really enjoy?
I do know a couple guys, a couple wrestlers over there that we always give each other a hard time, but it's just all in good fun.
Now, you Badger fan, Mike Taylor, favorite athlete.
Mike Taylor, linebacker. Every Saturday I watched him and see if I could learn something from him playing linebacker. He's a state champion wrestler too, if you knew that, from Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. So he's a great athlete. I always watch him on Saturday.
And he said that would be, if you had anything, your best thing to do would be watching Badger football Saturday.
Football Saturdays at Camp Randall. It's as best as it gets.
Do you have season tickets?
I do not, but my dad and I usually go to about 3 games a year. So.
And take a look at the sports, your future. You got some interesting plans after high school.
I'm actually enlisted in the Marine Corps, and I leave this July. I'm really excited for that. And I'm going to boot camp in San Diego. That'll be 3 months, and after that, I will be interested in communications with the Marines. So.
And then after that, what can you see yourself doing?
I plan on staying in the Marines for 4 years, and then after that, getting interested in law enforcement. So probably go to school for that after the 4 years in the Marines.
And being a wrestler, that kind of ties in with that, doesn't all that? The contact, enforcement, and then did you contact the Marines, or was it more them they were recruiting you?
I've actually been interested in the Marines ever since I can remember. So as a freshman, I contacted them, and then just kept in touch all through high school, and ended up enlisting. And wrestling has helped. I think will help with the Marines a great deal because wrestling, the discipline, making weights, and just practicing hard, and that's what the Marines are all about. Is just the discipline, and it's really a tough challenge to overcome. But I think wrestling will help with the Marines.
There's a little family history there too?
Yep, grandfather on my mother's side was in the Marines, so trying to pass on a tradition. And the Marines, I love what they stand for, the tradition, and just everything about them is just amazing.
And nothing like representing your country, will there be? Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You look at some of the things you've been involved with, you're also Junior Optimist, and for you, what's the best part about working in the community? Is there anything in particular from a volunteer standpoint you really enjoyed?
I like seeing the little kids at these volunteer events. We host a Halloween spooktacular, and I like seeing the little kids in their costumes and just how excited they are to see all the games we have set up for them. And it's just a really fun experience to see how excited they get from us just helping out.
And notice on here a team you could play. The Hoover High Buccaneers. You explain that?
Hoover High Buccaneers is a football team, high school football team in Alabama, and they were on a TV show about 7 years ago on MTV, and they are a really good football team. They won like 4 state championships, and my friends and I always joke about them, saying, I bet we could beat these guys, and it's just cool stuff. pretty good football team down in Alabama.
You said favorite website, YouTube.
Yep.
Are you into the social networking stuff a little bit? You into Twitter or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a Twitter account. I don't really tweet. I just like to see what's new with my friends. Are big Twitter users, so I always check that. Yep, and see what's trending. They call it. So see what's new.
And see who's making what stupid remark of
Yep.
the day.
Athletes are big Twitter users, so that's fun to keep up with.
And then football. You said your favorite place to visit, Minocqua. Do you have a family cabin up there?
My friend, one of my buddies, has a cabin, and we go up there every summer. And it's about 5 of us, so it's a really fun experience. We are always out on the lake, and it's just a good time with my friends.
And I understand. Oh, there's a little with our girls' profile this week with Becca. Your teammates in football, and I understand that you share something else from the prom.
Oh yeah, Becca was prom queen, and I was also prom king, so we know each other quite well. So she was a teammate, and we're both on the Royal Courts at Lake Mills High School.
And you list her game-winning field goal against Cambridge as one of your highlights. What was that like from the linebackers, the guy's standpoint?
It was a relief to see her make it. We had an early lead against Cambridge. I believe it was 28-14. Cambridge made a second-half comeback, tied it up at 28, and I'm just getting really nervous, thinking overtime, but sure enough, our quarterback got in some position to march downfield, and Becca ended up hitting a game-winning field goal, and it was just a great experience. I was so happy, and it was just fun experience.
Yeah, not a lot of girls get to play football. What was it like having a female on the football team?
It was fun. It was interesting, but I really enjoyed Becca. She's a great teammate, a great leader. Believe it or not, as a girl on the football team, she was a great leader and great teammate all around.
And I understand you guys was like big brothers, making sure nobody took after the kicker.
We were taught to look out for Becca on kickoffs and stuff, and we had her back.
And when you look at your time here at Lake Mills, what do you think you're going to remember the most from your experience? How did this community really shape you?
I like about Lake Mills is that I can be involved in many things, and I've met many people. It being a small community, I can get involved in multiple activities, and I just really like that.
And what advice would you give a freshman about school and sports?
Sports-wise, keep a positive attitude and attend practice. As a freshman, it's frowned upon if you miss practice, so get that. In school, just keep a positive attitude and just do your homework, turn things in on time, and it should be all right.
Well, congrats on a great high school career, and you still have a little bit of baseball to go?
Yep, regionals is tomorrow, so hopefully we can make a run in the playoffs and keep things going.